You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snakewood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
GRYD, gratitude is the attitude. The show is a blessing to be back in the black box as we blow a succession on my mama as the constant, continuous, consistent content creation campaign continues. It's crazy because Starwolf, he's a content creator that started all this controversy about Big U and the GRYD program. And cuz he just did like a little video. We ain't gonna watch the whole thing. We're gonna do a small reaction to his video because he's summarizing Big U's situation right now. And he acknowledges he's the one that exposed the GRYD contracts. And this is my thing, bro. All right, you first let's see what he's talking about, then I'll get to my point. No further ado, let's see what Starwolf has been up to. Oh, my mama.
What's up, YouTube? This is Starwolf. Look, I'm going to just jump right off into this. We all know what's going on. We all know what's cracking. We all know what's about to take place in the months, in the years, however long it take the feds to sentence Brick Baby, Big U, Loose Cannon, and everybody else that got indicted. First of all, and first and foremost, I want to put it out there that when you have a big indictment like this, of this magnitude, there's always going to be people that the feds flip. They're going to tell. They're going to give up everything. But see, in the feds, you can't tell down. You got to tell up. Now, what that means is you have to give them somebody bigger than you. So, with that being said, Big U don't really have nobody to give up unless he give up the motherfuckers he was dealing with in Atlanta, the motherfuckers he was dealing with in St. Louis, the motherfuckers he was dealing with on the East Coast. And I'm talking about specific individuals that was claiming rolling 60s. Now, after this is all said and done, they gonna wish they never ever ran into Big U. They gonna wish they never ever claimed rolling 60s ever again in their life because the feds is not playing. This is a different monster they dealing with. This is not the state. See, this is what's going on right here. Big U gonna look at the situation in this manner. He gonna be like, don't nobody in LA care about nobody out of town in St. Louis, on the East Coast, in Atlanta, wherever he was at. And he gonna get them people up. He gonna tell on them. Cause he not trying, look, nobody is trying to do 10, 20, 30, 40 years or even life in the feds. And that's what he looking at. He looking at all day. It's over. It's over for him. With all the charges,
See, let me get to my point before we listen too much of this shit, bro. I don't understand this dude angle or his motivation, right? Just seems like he's celebrating the fall of a black man. Because when he came out the first time trying to expose the GRYD program, he was trying to say Big U wasn't no good. He was compromised with the police. He read through the whole contract, how it was worded. Big U came forward and said before he signed it, it was rewritten to read different. However, this dude was convinced, along with Ho No Hundred, that Big U was satisfying the requirements of this contract. Ho No Hundred that ran around the internet multiple times, screaming, hollering, oh yeah, he get 500,000 and he did such a good job. They upgraded his money to da-da-da-da-da, and they wouldn't keep it going unless you was fulfilling the requirements of the contract. He been preaching this all over the internet, pushing it, popping it. And this is how disingenuous and bullshit these niggas be. Now it's been exposed by the federal government and the people that was issuing the funds for the GRYD program that allegedly, according to them, Big U ain't did none of the shit the contract say. And ain't none of these niggas at least going out saying, damn, I was wrong about that. It did look bad. Back then when they first was coming at him about that contract, I wanted to suggest that maybe he finessing. However, then that's what I'm saying. When you be popping and talking, trying to point something out, they probably started an audit of the program. When the people heard them saying, oh yeah, y'all giving this nigga all this money and he must be fulfilling the program started thinking like, hey, we are giving him a lot of money and he ain't turning nothing in. They started looking into it. That's how you dry snitch on a nigga. So why Ho No Hunted, Starwolf ain't at least been man enough to say like, damn, when we seen this contract, it read bad, but now we see, at least according to the authorities, Big U wasn't even really doing none of that. Just like when you sign for probation or you sign for parole and you agree to do this, and you go AWOL fresh out the gate. How many times across the world do we hear about big funds being raised, even with LA, with the homeless situation? All these millions and billions that was just recently spent on the homeless, and there's so many homeless and they can't track where the money went. Just because somebody agreed to something does not mean that they actually fulfill the requirements. And that was a bullshit suggestion when the niggas was coming with it. And that's why I feel like Ho No Hunted really was trying to cook Cuz and get him behind them bars. Take Loose Cannon up to No Jumper to say all this incriminating things. He's the one who comes on the internet and tries to profess to be an expert in everything legal or illegal, federal, state. He knows it all. So now, all of a sudden, he didn't know what he was doing when he had Loose Cannon up there testifying on camera that led to this indictment. These niggas crazy on my mama.
Fraud, murder, extortion, robbery up under the Hobbs Act. When I was incarcerated in the feds, one of my cellies.
This a dude who been to the feds and seemingly is celebrating someone else going to the feds. For what? I thought you didn't like him because he was doing what the police wanted. Now he in trouble because the police said he was bamboozling them. And you still trying to you still trying to crucify the nigga? Y'all niggas is foul.
Was incarcerated up under the Hobbs Act. They gave him life. And that's just one of the charges. Sex trafficking, that'll get you life. They have so many charges up against them that it's so many things up against them to where it's like they don't have a chance. Big U stuck his foot in his own mouth. I said that 6 years ago, 2019, when I first made a video about Big U. I said that. I said he stuck his own foot in his mouth. He always on the internet talking. He always, anytime somebody says something about him, he got to respond. He got to react. He act like a dog. You already know when you step at a dog, when you stomp at a dog.
My mama. Even if that may be true, you threw the bait out there to try to get somebody to overspeak, respond, and maybe he had to explain. You tried to make him sound bad. He don't respond to every little thing. I used to tell the homie, cuz he ain't no public speaker. A lot of things I used to see him say in public, I used to understand exactly what he was trying to say, but it don't quite come across right. And I'm going to say this because I'm aware of this. Everybody keep playing that clip when him and Kev Mack was reading things and it said justice for Nip, and it seemed like they laughed at the concept for justice for Nip. I just want to share a little bit of a backstory for some context. Now, I admit, that shit looked at bullshit. It looked at bad, so that's why I inquired about it long ago. And the backstory was there was a troll present in that chat who had been saying things for a while, and they had already been responding to this troll and basically just laughing it off, having fun with the bullshit he had been suggesting. So they wasn't necessarily laughing, and this is what I've been told. And when I asked with some little bit of pressure, not expecting to hear an answer that made any sense, because I couldn't imagine what could possibly be the answer that made sense. But I just figured, even if it felt like that, they wasn't gonna be that stupid to be on camera expressing it. So I figured, yeah, it gotta be an answer, but I just couldn't imagine what it was. But the actual response was, they was just like, there he go again. He coming with something different. And they was laughing at, here come this same troll saying something different. They wasn't really reacting to exactly what he said. And it came off looking shitty, but they wasn't trying to laugh at Justice for Nip. They was laughing at, now he's saying Justice for Nip. Oh, he got something else to say. And that's what that was, y'all. And it makes a lot of sense if you think a nigga gonna be that stupid to feel that way and say it on camera and laugh it off. And I know it look bad, but that ain't what was going on. Sometimes you gotta read between the lines.
We read between the lines. We read between the lines. We read between
On
the
the set,
lines.
could've swore I had covered my bases. Ended up in court, had to fight a couple of cases. Crackers don't care when you come in them places. It be written on their faces. Them motherfuckers is racist. Fuck trial, shit tricky, give me the deal. I ain't never seen a real killer beat a pill. Shooter gotta write a future if he got a date. Behind the gate, lot of politics to tolerate. Sitting in the car, finna split a cigar. To my niggas on the yard, send my biggest regards. You don't wanna run it back, we already ran it. You had the fat on his back, cause I'm heavy-handed. Wanna catch another fade, we can follow up. But I ain't waiting all day, niggas squabble up. Gang of anger, got it all bottled up. Gang bangers, whole world follow us. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Niggas clowns need to be in the circus. Putting these buzzers on the turf, they defeating the purpose. The first to return when the enemy serves immediately on ease. These weenies be nerve dedicated to a section that didn't deserve us. It turned us into murderers and then the deserters. Number one lesson I learned in the pen: when you lose your respect, you can't earn it again. Smoke a lot, classified most faded. The local won't be satisfied till all his folks made it. This Cabbage Patch where he caught most of the damage at. Perhaps he know a magic plastic surgeon that can manage that. Ask me, I'm just a product of my habitat. Narcotic habits where they quick to let you have it at. Big homie talking about he need half that. I'm laughing at him as if my little bastard having that. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines.
Nigga in that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My name is Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac, shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, cuz. Nate Blood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. neighborhood crib. The marathon
overlook my
continues.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!